Yes. Yes, I am curling my mustache out again. So, last week's video was the rally moon run, which you guys very much liked. I wasn't sure if this video was going to do quite as well as the hard rock video that I did a few weeks back, a month ago now maybe, but it's gone crazy. As when I'm recording this, it's been up for like 4 days and it's done like almost 10,000 views, which is very, very quick for my video. So thank you for everybody who's watched it, and thank you for all the comments. But today we talk about something that's on that bike. I mentioned kind of in the video that I was going to talk about it later in the video, which I kind of didn't, because I wanted to make its own video. But on the front of the bike is a very, very well made basket by the people at Manivelle. I'm possibly saying that wrong, and I'm very, very sorry if I am. They actually reached out to me and said that they really liked my builds, they liked what I do with retro bikes, and wondered if I had a project that maybe one of their baskets would work with. Before I even finished reading the email, I was like 100% yes. They looked really, really cool just on the first glance, but when I looked into it a bit more, I discovered that they're actually made by a company that make shopping trolleys and shopping carts in France. So they are extremely hard wearing. It's also the only basket that's made in Europe as far as I understand, which is super cool as well. So I was super, super interested, super, super keen, and I was very excited for when the package arrived, and it arrived really, really quickly, and actually perfect time for me to unbox it and start looking at the way it mounts onto the bike. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I mounted it, because I kind of cut that out of the last video because I wanted to show you it in this one, and talk a bit more about it and kind of share my experience with it so far. The guys asked me to do like an actual review on it. I don't really do reviews the same way people do reviews around here, but I want to at least share exactly what I like about it and what I don't like about it, which essentially is a review. So, should we go back to the past when we built that rally and we put the basket on there, and I'll show you how I did it. Alright then, so the actual basket itself comes all in one piece with some like cellophane around it, which is really nice and kind of keeps it protected. It's got all the hardware you need, which some of the big brands don't do that, so I'm all about that stuff. There's no actual instructions inside the actual packaging itself, but as you're about to find out, it's super easy to put on. The actual bike itself, and if you haven't seen this video, I do suggest you go and check it out either afterwards or right now. I was going to put this hanger on, so ignore this part, but this isn't part of the rack. The bit that you need to put on your fork is this bit. Once again, the hardware is included, which is way better than some brands. Not going to say any any brand names here, yeah, just bolt this straight on. Ignore the little spinny bracket and hanger underneath. I didn't actually use that in the end. It's all in the video, the bike build video. Let's stop talking about hangers now and just move back to the basket. So once the bracket is bolted on and you're happy with where it is, it's time to unwrap this beautiful basket. Once you've got it out of the wrapping, it's now time to actually have a little look, see where it's going to look on the bike itself. Super pumped the way it looks. To actually mount the basket to the bike, or to the bracket part, is 2 bolts. It's literally all it takes. Sorry to interrupt, there's something I wanted to quickly mention. Last night I actually went to see Queens of the Stone Age at the O2 Arena, which was absolutely mind-blowing, really, really good show. But I was having a look around the arena and saw how many people were there, and it was like absolutely insane. So I had a little Google, and it turns out there's 20,000 people capacity at that arena, so it felt like it was nearly full. I recently hit 10,000 subscribers, and I hadn't quite kind of comprehended exactly how many people that is until I was at the arena yesterday and realised it was half of what was there, which was insane. It made me feel weird. I then had a look at my statistics on the app, and noticed that 65% of the people that watch my videos don't actually subscribe to my channel, which is fine, that's not a problem. But imagine if that 65% of you did subscribe to my channel, that we could potentially fill the O2 Arena. Just something I've been thinking about. Mad. anybody with a keen eye will notice now that the hanger's changed and there's cables on the bike. Just, you know, I didn't do this all at the same time. But anyway, next is the actual stanchions, or like the actual legs that come from the basket. The black part you screw onto the actual basket itself, and then the silver part goes onto the fork. The silver part actually screws inside, which you'll see in a second, to kind of change the height of it, if you like, so it will fit on many different bikes, which is super useful. For this bit, I definitely say take your time, sit back, see the way it looks. You can see that I've changed my mind, decided that I do want it to be more flat. At first I thought maybe I want it to tilt up slightly at the front, but then I decided no, that's ridiculous. Obviously I want it to be flat, so I made it flat. When it comes to the second leg, you do need to make sure they are now the same length. For me, it was pretty easy because I pretty much had mine all the way wound in, but it's probably easier if you're not sure, if you're doing it on bigger wheels, to hook both legs to the basket first and then gradually undo them together. So tighten them all the way up and then gradually unloose them until they're both in the same place. I don't think it's that complicated. It's probably quite easy to do it, but for me it was well easy. They just were both all the way in. And that's that, as easy as that. You've got a basket that's fully fitted and you're ready to ride. I promise you, it was really that simple. It was super easy. It's quite literally the basket, the mount that goes onto the actual fork itself, and then the two stanchions. And the stanchions are really good because they've got that twist, so you can get them a really easy way of changing them for different wheels and stuff. Like I've got a couple of different bikes that like I'll probably move this between bikes. I've had racks in the past where you would never dream of doing that. It's just a pain in the butt. You're not going to do it. But with this, like it's basically now that I've built the basket, it's now 3 bolts, literally 3 bolts, and I can just put it on another bike. Dead simple. But the thing that I was really interested in was, again, baskets I've used in the past. The hardware is not always that good. The brackets are a bit loose and bendy, and they often make noise if they're not really that good and they're kind of put together that well. So let's do our first test, and only test, but let's see how loud it is. Yeah, it's silent. It makes no noise at all, and like it is solid. And that's that really. Like, it was a super simple, straightforward basket to put on, and it loads up really well, and it's just an all-round good basket. Generally really impressed with it. Building was easy. It's going to be super maneuverable to kind of like, maneuverable is not the word, interchangeable. I can put it on any bike really easily, as long as your fork's got the right mounts, which most bikes do have that now. Chef's kiss. Very good rack. If you do want to learn more about this rack, I'm going to put the details down in the description below so you can go have a look at it. If you are a London resident, I do believe Seabass Cycles, they stock these racks, so go and check them out there in person if you want to have a little more of a feel of it. But like I say, super impressed. Thank you again to Manivelle for sending it out. I absolutely love it, and it's going to live on my bike forever until I build another bike, and then I'll probably just move it onto that bike instead. So yeah, amazing. That brings us to the close of another video. Do please let us know in the comments below what you think of this basket. Do you want to see more kind of videos like this where I kind of like break down one of the parts? Doesn't need to be something that's been sent to me. Maybe you're all really interested in the china spoon that I put on every single bike. Maybe I could do a video on that, or the tyres that I've chosen on a previous build, or something that you want me to go into more detail of. Maybe I could do that. So do let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget, SaveOldBikes.com is the best place to get some cool stickers. You guys are literally keeping me up at night trying to post these stickers out at the moment. I'm not moaning, I'm very, very grateful. Thanks to you, I bought all these parts, including some Supermoto 27.5 inch tyres. These are going on the Kona Ute. Yes, if I am still building it, I promise you I'm still building it, I now have some really slick looking tyres. Tans as well, or bronze. If you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and if you can't wait till the next video, well, this one here is a particularly good one.